Okay, hi, so we're going to run through what we need for your gradings, the various belts, various criteria that we need for our different belts, and we're going to try to go through these in order. We're going to, if you look down in the, not the comment section, but in the description, I'm going to try to put timestamps for the various techniques that you need. So if you need techniques, you need to work on certain techniques, take a look, and the names of them will be there with the timestamp for when we're showing that one. Okay? So we're going to start nice and basic. Hon Kesa Gatame. Mr. Basaraba, will you lay down, please? Head that way. Now remember, we've been talking over this. I'm going to use this line as a guideline, because what we're looking for is we really want to kesa with our leg up forward on the line. Okay? We don't want to be out sideways like this or turned on our back. Okay? Our legs should be up high, forward, our toes are digging in. I'm grabbing my uke's sleeve, pulling, and I'm pinching in the armpit. Okay? My right elbow is in his neck. I'm not under his head trying to headlock him. I'm just tucked in here. This hand is floating. Okay? I'm leaning forward onto Mr. Basaraba so he can move around a little bit. And he cannot move. Okay, now if we come around this side, see my back leg is bent, knees down, and it's not forward like this, it's back. Okay, nice, good Hon Kesa Gatame. Okay, you want to walk around a little bit, get an angle. Perfect. Okay, next one. Yoko Shiho Gatame. So Mr. Basaraba is going to lay it down. And remember, when we're uke, we don't lay flat, right? We're always going to lay in this receiving position. Now, Yoko Shiho Gatame, side 4/4 hold. So I'm on the side of my uke. Now I'm going to go around his neck. I want to put my shoulder as far through as I can. I'm going to grab the gi, and I'm going to pull. I sink my hips, so my hips are down. Okay, they're facing the mat. I'm not turning this way. I'm not doing a kesa. My hips are down. I've got live toes. Okay, with both feet. Both feet are digging in. This hand, you come around this side. Notice my right arm, okay, is pinching at the hip. I'm underneath his arm. Let's go. Good. I don't want this here over top. This he's going to get out. Okay, so I want to be under his arm and pulling in with my elbow. Okay, now come around back to the other side. Keep going. Now take a look here. You see that my leg, my knee is bent, kick butt, right? It's bent and it's into his hip. Okay, I'm not doing lazy legs out here. This leg is bent in, and now with my elbow and my knee, I can pinch them together to hold them in place. Okay, Mr. Basaraba, move around. He's not going anywhere. Okay, that's Yoko Shiho Gatame. And that's what you need for your first strike. Okay? Now, come on around back this way. And what do we have next? Shiho Gatame? Shiho Gatame. Okay, so we're going to get our tori to turn, because I don't want to...
For 2 stripes.
Okay, so this is for 2 stripes. Okay? So your 2-stripe exam, this is what you need to know, as well as the previous holds. Okay? So, I don't want you looking at my bum, so I'm going to turn my uke sideways. Okay? When you're doing your exams, you're going to remember to do that also. Okay? Now Mr. Basaraba is laying down. I'm going to go underneath both of his shoulders. Okay, I don't want to be up here. I want to be under, and under. I'm going to grab his belt with both hands. I'm going to put my chest on his chest. Now notice my knees. I'm on my knees, but my knees are far apart, and my feet are like a frog. Okay, so they're turned out this way. I'm not up here. I'm turned out, open hips, and I'm pulling with my arms, pushing with my legs. Go ahead and move around, Mr. Basaraba. He's not going anywhere. Okay? That's Shiho Gatame.
Kuzure Kesa Gatame.
Okay, so next one is Kuzure Kesa Gatame. So let's use this line again. So we were, just like we were doing before. So we know our Hon Kesa Gatame, we're up here. We've got the grip on the sleeve. And we're sitting through, we've got that Kesa. We're listening for that word Kesa, right? That means we're doing this with our legs. So my leg is going forward towards the camera, right towards you in this case. My left hand is gripping and pulling. I'm pinched in. This is our Hon Kesa Gatame. Now Kuzure Kesa Gatame, I'm just going to switch this arm and go under his arm. You know, you see that my body angle has changed a little bit. So Hon Kesa, I'm leaning forward this way. I'm really leaning towards this shoulder. Kuzure Kesa, I'm going to lean more towards this shoulder. Okay, but the rest of it stays the same. Okay, legs are the same, and this grip is the same. I've just moved the one hand. Okay, Kuzure Kesa. Kuzure means broken. It means modified. So it's a Kesa Gatame. It's just a little bit different. One thing changed. It's this arm. Okay, instead of being there, it's over here. You want to take a little spin around, just a little bit of a different angle on that. This is our Kuzure Kesa Gatame. Good, Miss Leland, what do we have next?
Kuzure Yoko Shiho.
Okay, and this is for 3 stripes on our white belt. We need Kuzure Yoko Shiho Gatame. So, no, you're good. Well, yeah, turn a little bit. Okay, so we looked at Yoko Shiho Gatame. Again, so we know this is Yoko Shiho Gatame. And we're pinching, right? We're kicking butt. We've got our live toes, our elbows, our elbow and our knee are pinching. And we've got good pressure. So Kuzure Yoko Shiho Gatame, one thing is going to change. We're listening for that word, Kuzure. That means modified. So what is going to change? It's going to be this arm over here. This is going to stay where it is. Don't move this arm. Okay? My right arm is going to release his head, and my elbow is going to come on the other side of my uke's head. I'm going to push down, and I'm going to grab. So what am I going to grab? Well, if I can reach his belt, I'm going to grab his belt. If I can't, I could grab the gi. I personally like grabbing the lapel here, but everything else is the same. This hand has to be grabbing onto something. We don't want lazy hands. Okay? This is a grabbing hand. Grab onto the gi, pull it tight. My elbow's pulling tight into uke's neck. My feet are the same. This hand is the same. Okay? You can come around back to this side. You can see that I'm still live toes and I'm still kicking butt. My hips are facing down. Okay? I'm not lazily sitting on one side. I'm not doing lazy legs like this. Okay? I'm working at this. Knees bent, elbows pulling in. Okay, Kuzure Yoko Shiho Gatame. Good. So, we're still looking for our 3-stripe grading here. Next one you're going to need is Kuzure Shiho Gatame. Okay, so we know with Shiho Gatame, we were just looking at it. We go under the arms with both, and we've got the feet like a frog. Okay, now our Kuzure Shiho, we're still up high on uke, up in this section, okay? But it's kind of, it could feel a little closer to a Kuzure Yoko Shiho Gatame. A little bit. But what I'm going to do is I still have this grip on my uke's belt. Okay, I'm up high, but this hand is going to go underneath, and I go up to my uke's collar. Okay? See, I'm in his collar here. And I've captured this arm. Okay, now because I'm on the arm and I'm off of his head, I'm going to kick butt. So in this case, my right leg is bent. I've got live toes. I'm going to clamp his arm, pull the other arm in tight. And now I'm going to Kuzure Shiho Gatame. Okay, on the right hand side. Okay, you want to take a look, come around that side, or the other way? This way. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's our Kuzure Shiho Gatame. Good. Okay. Next.
Kata Gatame for yellow 3 stripes.
Yellow with 3 stripes. Okay, so now we've gotten quite a bit. We're getting pretty far. So yellow for 3 stripes, we have to do Kata Gatame. Head that way, Mr. Rama, please. Now the easiest way to start on this one is with, you're good there, is with a Hon Kesa Gatame. Okay, so there's our Hon Kesa Gatame. Okay, now what's going to happen is I'm going to go under his head this time, and Mr. Basarab is going to take that arm out. Okay, yes, and bring it away from his body. So this is a really good, a lot of times we lose this arm, so this is exactly when we do this move. Okay, so I'm going to go, my hand on his tricep, so I'm below his elbow. See, his elbow's bending right there. I'm going to go below his elbow, and I'm going to make him dab. So I'm going to push that against his face. Okay? Now, as I push it against his face, I'm going to drop my head and ear below his elbow also. Okay? Mr. Basaraba doesn't like this. He's not very comfortable right now. But what I'm going to do now is grab my hands together. So look at the hand that's, I'm going to give you a little bit of breathing room here. Okay, the hand that's under his head is palm down on the mat. Okay, push this across. I'm going to grab my hands together, and now I'm going to get out of this Kesa position. I'm going to come up to my knees, and I've put my right knee right into Mr. Basaraba's ribs, and my head's going to go to the mat. Okay? Now he doesn't like when I hold it there for too long, so I'm not going to. Okay, but you'll notice that my foot is come out and it's in line with my uke's shoulders. Okay, so there's his shoulders, there's my foot. So I don't want it back here. I don't want the knee down like this. Okay, I want the foot down and it's flat. Okay, I'm not on the edge of my foot either. I can push with it if it's flat. Okay, so I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to get the camera to swing around pretty quickly because Mr. Basaraba doesn't like this too much. Okay, so here we go. It's going on, and go. Good.
Makura.
Okay. So, now this is still for 3 stripes on a yellow?
Yeah.
Okay, still for 3 stripes on a yellow. Makura Kesa Gatame. So that's going to start this way. In a Kuzure Kesa Gatame. So everything else is the same. I still have my grip. I'm in a Kesa. Right, we're listening for that word, that Kesa word again, right? Makura Kesa Gatame. So our legs are in the Kesa, and we're in a Kuzure Kesa position. Now, to get into a Makura Kesa position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift Mr. Batsuraba's shoulder up and put my leg in even further. So he's on my knee. Makura Kesa means pillow scarf hold. This is the pillow. Okay, it's this knee being wedged underneath his shoulder. Once that's in, I'm going to let go of the sleeve, go around his head, grab my hands together, and put my head down. Okay, now what we want, I want your elbow and your knee together. Okay, depending on your size of uke, your elbow may be up here on your thigh, okay, but you know that's fine, okay, as long as they're touching. Because if they're not touching, Mr. Batsurabe can take his arm out, forward, there we go, and then I'm going to lose this. Okay, so I want that to not happen. So I want this pinched tight, and I'm tight here to guard that arm so it doesn't come out. Okay, head down. Go ahead and move. There's our Makura Kesa Gatame. Okay, if you want to swing around a little bit and take a look. There we go. Good.
Orange belt, 2 stripes. Ushiro Kesa.
Ushiro Kesa, orange belt, 2 stripes. Okay. So, let's go head towards me this way. Okay, so Ushiro Kesa Gatame. So, again, there's that word, Kesa, right? So we know that our legs are going to be in that Kesa position, but the word Ushiro means backwards. So instead of the Kesa position facing this way towards our uke's head, they're going to face towards his legs, okay? So, Ushiro Kesa, I'm going to start in a Kuzure Shiho Gatame. Okay, so I've got my grip on the belt. I've got my grip in the collar, and I'm pinching this arm. Now when I do Ushiro Kesa, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to Kesa, but I'm going to go backwards to Kesa. So I'm going to sit through this way. Okay, everything else stays the same in the Kesa. That leg is still driving forward. This leg is still back. If this leg is here, he's going to get out of this real quick. He's going to bridge on me. I don't want that. Okay, so this leg goes back, this leg goes forward. I'm pulling with my arms, leaning forward with my head. That's Ushiro Kesa Gatame. Take a stroll. Good.
Orange belt, 3 stripes. Mune Gatame.
Mune Gatame. Okay. So, Mune Gatame is another version of Yoko Shiho Gatame. So I'm going to be beside. Now, in our other versions of Yoko Shiho, of course, we're doing kick butt and our hips are down. This one, we're up on our knees. Okay. So this arm, I sort of want it up. And it's pretty simple. I'm going to try to tuck this in. Actually, I'm not going to let him grab me. I'm going to tuck this arm in. And I'm going to hug the body. Okay, I'm on my knees and I'm pinching my elbows and my knees tight together. Okay, my feet are like a frog on this one. And I don't have a lot of weight on my uke on this. Okay, I want to be kind of floaty so that when he moves, it's just nothing happens for him. Right? I've got wedges underneath. I've got a wedge under his head. I've got a wedge under his hips. On this side, this knee is wedged under his hip on this side. This knee is wedged under his shoulder. You'll see when the camera comes around. Okay? And it's just these 4 wedges that make it so he can't move. It's not the weight on top. Okay? If I put weight on top of him really hard on this, he's going to just roll it off. Roll it off like a ball. Okay? So it's not about having a lot of weight on it. So Here we go. Elbows and knees tucked in tight. And then camera come around, please. Stay right there. This elbow is underneath this knee, sorry. Is underneath his elbow and driving it up away from his body towards his head. Okay, I don't want him to get this elbow inside and be able to start fighting. Okay, this comes in and pinches hard. Okay, go ahead, keep going. Both hands are on the mat. It's nice and loose on top, but tight in the corners. Okay, and that's Mune Gatame.
Okay, so I don't know if we're gonna pause or not, but that's
Pause, please.
pause.
Good. Okay, so escapes. So we're neat on some of these. We need escapes from certain holds. So we'll start escape from Hon Kesa Gatame. Maybe we'll do two. You can pick whichever one you like better. Okay. So the first one is with the bridge and roll. Okay. So if I lay this way, is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Basaraba puts a Hon Kesa Gatame on me. Okay, so now he's made this mistake, and people will do this to you. Of course, they'll go around the head, right? So what I'm going to do is take my hands, I'm going to grab my hands together. I like to make a fist and grab it with the other hand. Okay, now I'm going to pin his arm down with my head, so he can't, he's giving me the arm, so I'm going to pin it with my head. Okay, both feet under him, I'm going to push towards Mr. Basaraba. And do a little bit of a bridge that way. He comes up, he's going to push back into me. When he does that, I'm going to take my hands up high, bridge high, and roll. Okay.
Why don't we do that one more time, and then we'll be go on the side. So you stay there, and we'll move.
Okay. We're still rolling?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here, I'm grabbing my arms together, pulling them tight, pinning the head, pushing, and then bridge up, and roll. Back into my own hold.
Yeah.
Okay. Good angle?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Our other option, that's one option, that's my favorite. Other option is to shrimp. Of course, we do shrimps. Every practice we're doing shrimps. Why are we doing shrimps? This is why, okay? So, I think probably here, and head, yeah, we'll try the same sort of direction here. No, this isn't going to work. This side. Here. Okay. So, Mr. Basaraba's got the same move on me. Now he hasn't gone around my head. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrug my shoulders really high so that I make it so that I have a little neck. Okay? Shrug like this. Even a little bit more. Good. Now I'm going to grab his arm at the sleeve and I'm going to start shrimping my bum away. Okay? So I'm going to here shrimp, 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 and I come out. Okay, this is why we say when you're doing your shrimps, it's not about moving straight like this. It's about moving your bum out of the way. Okay, one more time. Here, I shrug my shoulders, grab the arm, and I shrimp away, away. And then I can come on top. I can come on top out of the hold. Okay? So those are your two options for escapes for Hon Kesa Gatame. Next is Yoko Shiho Gatame. So, we still want to be about here, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to go this way. Okay, so there's various different options here. Of course, we can trip or whatever. But one of the ways, I think the first way that we'll do is I'm going to take this arm and I'm going to go to his legs. This arm is going to go up high and I'm going to bridge. Okay? So I'm going to bridge towards my uke. Here. And I go over. And if your uke makes all sorts of sounds like that, you're probably doing it right. Yoko Shiho. Yep.
Are you going to do that again?
Good. Yeah, one more time.
Okay, let's change the angle.
From a different angle, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing this with my arms. Okay, I've got my arm not on this side of his head, on this side, because I'm going to use it to push his head. Okay, and I'm going to go here and bridge up and over. Okay, escape from Yoko Shiho Gatame.
Yeah, good.
Here looks good. Good.
That's on video.
Okay. So the last one that we need to escape to, this is for orange stuff, is Shiho Gatame. Okay, so Mr. Basaraba is going to put a Shiho Gatame on me. Now it's going to be a little bit hard to talk, so he's going to give me my head a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to grab his gi. I don't want my hands just flailing around. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is throw my legs to one side and then the other. And then the other. So I'm going to start building up momentum by getting my legs to go side to side. Okay? Now when I get enough momentum, I'm going to put my feet down hard and I'm going to bridge up towards his hips. Okay, so in this direction here. So I'm going to throw my legs here, throw my legs here, here. Oh, here we go. Here. And then right over into my own Shiho Gatame. Okay?